students. I'm Madam Joyce from Educare TZ. I'm teaching biology, and today I'll be with you to discuss our topic, that is cytology, whereby we are going to deal with our subtopic, which is known as type C of cells. Whereby in our subtopic, that is types of the cell, so we need to recall on where we end on the previous session. We try to look on the cell organelles, and whereby we terminated by using by looking on the cell wall. The functioning of the cell wall. We have seen that in the function of cell wall, it helps in protecting the cells, and this cell wall, it is only found in a plant cells and other organisms other than animal. So today we are proceeding looking on this cell organelle, but mainly here today we are going to deal with the cytoplasmic organelles. So when we say cytoplasmic organelles, meaning that the cells or the organelles which are found within the cell, so those are the cytoplasmic organelle. Zile organelles zote zinazopatikana ndani ya cytoplasm, zote zile tunaziita ni cytoplasmic organelles. So now cytoplasmic matrix contain numerous membranous internal structure called the organelle. As you can see, as the word it states itself, that is cytoplasmic matrix. So within the cytoplasmic matrix is where now you can find a lot of organelles. So what are those organelles, or what are the function of those organelles, is here now we are going to discuss. So by starting, we are going to start with or we can say that first we have to know what is the meaning of this organelle. So organelle can be defined as a thin distinct part with a specialized structure and functions found inside the cell. So these organelles, they are thin parts which are found within the cytoplasm. So whereby this structure and function found inside the cell. When we say inside the cell, we mean inside the cytoplasm of a cell in general. So there is a lot of these organelles. So we are going to discuss one after another. Though we have seen, while we are discussing on the plant cell, we have seen also there is some organelles. But also in this animal cell, we are going to discuss in a broader way. So now, we can say that the organelles are subcellular structure with the characteristics, morphological forms, distinctive chemicals, constitutions, and definite function. So when we say this organelle, these are subcellular. They are subcellular, yani ndani ya seli panakuwa na content. Sasa zile content ndizo ambazo tunakuja kuzidiscuss hapa kwa upana zaidi. Kwa hiyo tumesema kwamba pia organelle inakuwa na characteristics ya kuwa na morphological form the same, but also it has distinct chemical constitution. Ukiangalia chemical constitution ambayo iliyopatikana kwenye, let's say take an example, we have mitochondria and nucleus. So chemical content iliyokuwepo kwenye nucleus it is quite different from the chemical constituent iliyokuwepo kwenye mitochondria. That is something that you have to notice. And definite function, that is the function of nucleus and the function of mitochondria, they are quite different. So now that's ndipo ambapo sasa inapelekea to deal na organelle moja baada ya organelle nyingine, tujue function ya organelle moja dhidi ya function ya organelle nyingine. So now we can say that the organelles perform specific functions such as oxidative phosphorylation and generation of energy in the form of ATP in the mitochondria, formulation and storage of carbohydrate in chloroplast. For example, here we have two kind of organelles which are found in the cell. We have the first one, that is mitochondria, and we have also chloroplast. All of these, they are organelles. But we have seen that within this organelle, there is different constitution or different chemicals. By starting with the first, ambayo tumesema hapa mitochondria, tumesema yenyewe ina deal na oxidative phosphorylation and generation of energy. So hiyo ndiyo kazi kubwa ya hii mitochondria. Yenyewe ni kazi yake kutengeneza ile energy ambayo inapatikana within the cell. But tukija kwenye hii kazi ya chloroplast, though inakuwa na chemical constituent tofauti na pia na function yenyewe inakuwa inafanya kazi tofauti. So ukiangalia chloroplast yenyewe, it is for formulation and storage of carbohydrate mainly, or simply we can say that it is used in providing or making the food in a plant cell. So that is the difference between different kind of organelles which are found within the cell of a living organism. So that is the meaning of the difference of different kind of organelles that are found within the cell. So now also we have another organelle that is called the ribosome. So this ribosome, it is used in protein synthesis of the large endoplasmic reticulum and concentration and package secretion in Golgi apparatus. Other function include synthesis of lipid and hormone in smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Sasa hii ndiyo maana ya kusema kwamba kila organelle inakuwa na kazi yake ya kipekee. So huwezi ukacompare organelle moja inafanya kazi sawa na organelle nyingine. Hicho kitu ni hakiwezekani. Labda tu iwe ina share some features and some chemicals and few functions. So kwa mfano hapa tuna hii ribosome. Ribosome yenyewe iko responsible for manufacturing or synthesis of protein. Lakini ukija kwenye hii organelle nyingine ambayo inaitwa rough endoplasmic reticulum, I have explained to you earlier that this rough endoplasmic reticulum, it is composed of the ribosome. Within, or we can simply say that it is surrounded with the ribosome. So zile ribosome ndizo ambazo zitatumika sasa kwenda kutengeneza protein within a body of living organism. But also now you can see in the Golgi apparatus also there is function that is packing secretions. So it takes the secretion from different organelles, then they pack in order for release it outside of the cell. But also we have other function of this Golgi apparatus, that is synthesis of lipid and hormone in smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So all of these organelles we're going to discuss one after another. So what is the function of ribosome? What is the function of mitochondria together with their structure? We're going to deal with one after another. And now so we can say that also we have this function, that is degradation of the microtubules in the lysosomes, and also we have this regulation of all cellular activities by nucleus and organization of spindle apparatus by centriole. So unaweza ukaona kwamba hii degradation of different kinds of secretion, it is performed by this organelle ambayo tunasema inaitwa micromolecules. And when we talk about micromolecules here, we are talking about those microtubules, those interfilaments, all of them, they are microtubules or micromolecules in general. But also in the lysosomes, it is responsible for regulation of all cellular activities by nucleus. So now you can see we have also another function, or another simply you can say another organelle ambayo inaitwa nucleus. Yenyewe iko responsible kwa ajili ya kucontrol zile processes zote zinazo take place within the cell. But simply also we can have this another organelle that is called the centriole. Centriole yenyewe iko responsible for organization of spindle apparatus. This spindle apparatus, they are responsible for cell division. So hii centriole ndipo ambapo inakuja kutumika kwa upana zaidi. But also so now let's start with the first organelle, which is found within the this organelle. It is mainly found within the cytoplasm. That's why we are calling it cytoplasmic organelle. So the first organelle and the first important organelle which is found within the animal, even in the plant cell or even in any kind of cell, it is called the nucleus. It is well observable. we will we'll take a look on this structure of nucleus. So now let's see the concept of the nucleus. So what is it? What is the structure of it? And thereby we're going to clarify more on the functioning of this nucleus. So now let's start. We are saying that the nucleus, so the nucleus is the functional unity of a cell. So when we say the functional unity of a cell, meaning that this nucleus, it control all of the activities which are performed or which are done within the cell. That's why we can say that the functional unity of a cell. So without a nucleus, simply we can say that all the activities which are performed within the nucleus haziwezi zikafanyika tena. So this nucleus is very essential organ within a cell of any living organism. But also here you can simply say that it is membranous bond structure located at the periphery of the cell membrane, more or less to the center of the cell, and it contains the cell's hereditary information. So that is all about nucleus. Kwa maana kwamba hii nucleus tumesema kwamba yenyewe ni membrane bonded organelle. Why is it called a membrane bonded organelle? Because it is surrounded with the membrane which protect the internal chemicals zisiweze kutoka nje. Kwa inaweza kutofautisha ile mazingira ya ndani ya nucleus na mazingira ya nje ya cell. So that's why it has the membranous bond organelle. But where is it located? So this nucleus, we can simply say that it is obvious, it is located peripheral at the membrane. It has tunasema kwamba haina constant location hii nucleus. Kwa unaweza ukaona baadhi ya kwenye seli unakuta ipo kwenye peripheral center of the cytoplasm, or inaweza ikawa more or less at the center. Or tunasema kwamba and it contains the cell's hereditary information. So that's all about the introduction, just simply introduction of this nucleus. So my student, for more clarification of what is this nucleus and the function, I would like to invite you into the next part, whereby we're going to clarify more about this nucleus. So thank you for listening.